The death penalty trial for Nikolas Cruz, the Parkland, Florida gunman responsible for murdering 17 people in 2018. Cruz pled guilty to 17 counts of first-degree murder last year. Now the jury must unanimously decide on the death penalty. Otherwise, Cruz will serve life in prison without the possibility of parole. The trial is expected to run for at least 4 months. For more on the trial, let's bring in ABC News legal contributor Terry Austin. Terry, good to see you. So the jury here will have to make a very big decision, life or death. What can we expect from this trial?
We're going to see all of the aggravating factors presented by the prosecution. We already heard the opening statement. Michael Satz laid it out for the jurors, told them that they're going to have to consider whether or not these murders were heinous, atrocious, cruel, whether or not they were cold and calculated and premeditated. And he basically told the jury, you're going to see video. And one of those videos is the video of the defendant talking before these murders about the fact that he wants to have one of the biggest shootings in history. And so I think the jury is definitely going to see some very difficult evidence, and it's going to be a hard decision, but they're going to be able to come to a decision at the end of the day. Only a jury can determine whether or not it's going to be life or death.
And Terry, Cruz's defense is hoping for life in prison with no possibility of parole. They're expected to focus on his mental state. Is that a strong defense here?
It is. It's about the only defense they have here. They're going to try to show he had a difficult childhood. His mother was an alcoholic. She was addicted to drugs. They will probably have experts to show what his brain looked like and what reports of his mental illness were like. So they're going to try to appeal to that jury to see the softer side, to understand what went into all of his thinking and why he ended up going that day in February to kill all of those individuals. It's the only thing they really can argue, that he has this mental illness. And for someone to kill 17 people, injure 17 others, it's really about the only defense that you can put on.
Yeah, and we know that today a juror was asked under oath if they ever shared their opinion or role as a juror with anyone on the case, which they denied. What's the implication if it's found that that jury was lying under oath?
Well, you know, it's always difficult, and we've seen lately that there are convictions that are turned over, or, you know, when they find out that a juror has actually shared information or hasn't disclosed certain information. So he's already pleaded guilty here to the murders and the attempted murders. This is just for the death sentence or life without the possibility of parole. If it turns out that that juror was conducting some misconduct there could be grounds for appeal here. And if he is convicted of death, then that could be overturned. But hopefully the juror is telling the truth and that there won't be any of those types of issues, because when you have that, it takes a lot more time and energy and money, frankly, and it's difficult for the victims and the families, obviously, to go through this again.
And Terry, I think I know the answer to this, but, you know, I asked you at the top about, or I said at the top that this is a big decision for this jury, life or death. The presiding judge said this trial could take up to 4 months. Why so long?
You know, Judge Shearer is trying to estimate, based on what the prosecution and the defense has told her they would be presenting as far as witnesses are concerned. And we do know that the prosecution has laid out dozens of witnesses who are going to come on. Remember, you're going to hear from the victims' families, you're going to hear from experts, and so there's a lot of evidence here. These are very serious cases, and the judge is going to allow all of that. We've had lots of delays thus far, and she has pushed forward. We've seen defense making motions to postpone the trial, and she's denied that, but she is allowing for all of this evidence to go on, and we'll see what the defense puts on, if they put on a case at all. You saw that they waived their opening statement. It'll be interesting to see what they do as far as their witnesses are concerned.
And we will be following it all. Terry Austin, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.